We're doing right here, right now. We're standing up for tyranny. We're standing up for women's rights, LGBT rights, for everybody's fucking rights. So, and we have code. We have the 7 tenets, and it guides us, and it evolves and it changes over time, and not like a lot of religions that say how things are supposed to be, and that's the way it is, and you can't fucking question it. That's not who we are. We question everything, even ourselves. And we will always evolve, we will always change for the better, and we will always fight for everyone's rights.
Woo! Hell!
So, as I said, Satan, he is our role model. He is the guy that we relate to, the guy that was outcasted from heaven, because we're all in a way outcasts. We all kind of came here together because we felt like we did not belong. But you belong here. You belong in this group of outcasts because we're all here fighting for the same thing.
Yeah!
So, since we don't believe in the supernatural, how are we considered a religion? You know, that's another question. Well, how are you considered a religion without a deity? Well, deities do not have the fucking monopoly on religion. You can ask Buddhists for one. And you know, we also have the tenets, which is it's a guideline for us. And we also have community. We have a group of people that have a strong sense of empowerment by banding together, because we all have different or similar ideals, but yet we're so different at the same time, and that's beautiful. And we embrace that.
Woo!
So what is Satanism not about? We always get asked, do we promote evil? And here's a slide showing us sacrificing a baby, because that's the most common
death to babies.
rumor. Every time we get talked to by the media, they ask us, so do you guys like sacrifice babies?
Only on Tuesdays.
Yeah, we're really good at getting away with casual murder. That's just, you know, we can. And I like what Michelle was saying, when the fuck would we have time to do that? No, we do not promote evil. Everything that we're accused of is a projection of Judeo-Christian beliefs, where every bad thing, every negative thing that they do, they're like, oh, well, Satan must have driven that priest to do that thing. No, that is not anything we do has to do with consent and has to do with not harming the innocent. So no, we do not promote evil.
Yeah!
Blasphemy!
What is blasphemy? Blasphemy
It's a blasphemy
is
too.
a fucking good picture.
Yeah!
Blasphemy for the sake of blasphemy.
Blasphemy is an expression of your self-will, where when other people's beliefs have been imposed on you, and you can make fun of it, you can disrespect it because you did not choose it, and you can respect the person for their beliefs when they try to impose it on you. You don't have to respect that, and you can express that any way you want, and that's part of Satanism. Is look at that Last Supper picture. I mean, come on. There's some majestic hair in that photo. That's what matters. Go ahead.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
All right, so politically, there are some things that we do. The Satanic Temple never asks for the removal of religion in the public sector, but what we do is we ask to be included. And what ends up happening is the hypocrisy, the inherent hypocrisy of the religious privilege in this country manifests itself. So every time we ask to put our delightful and beautiful Baphomet sculpture next to a Ten Commandments sculpture, everyone shits their pants, and rather than letting that happen as the Constitution requires, they take down their own symbolism. The federal courts demand that their Ten Commandments be taken down, and then they proclaim victory because they blocked this. Which is what happened right here in Phoenix and in Scottsdale, where we asked to give a 2-minute, benign, unoffensive speech on behalf of the Satanic Temple, and rather than let us do it, they pulled the rug from under a 65-year tradition just to prevent us from doing that. So we don't do much to expose them other than let them expose themselves. Yeah. So when you've got politicians saying we believe in religious liberty, except for those guys, you know exactly their legal and intellectual acumen when it comes to the Constitution, and it is not very impressive. What is it called? Well, there we have a picture of a priest. A cult is what we get accused of being routinely, which is my favorite thing, because a cult is a semantic argument of anything negative. Oh, I don't like that religion, then therefore it is a cult. It has no definition at this point. When the original definition of a cult could be directed at the Catholic Church, where you have someone that's closer to God than yourself that you have to abide by, that's what the definition of a cult was originally. But now it's turned into anything I don't like, that's a cult, because that sounds negative. So no, we're not a cult. We don't have anyone closer to your pretend God. We have nothing but equals within the system. Satanic ritual.
Yeah.
Is a delight. So satanic ritual is pretty much anything you want it to be. I posted some pictures here because what seems to happen a lot is we pour things on people. Every time this comes up, I'm like, well, that seems good. So right here in the right-hand corner, blocked by the speaker, is in Detroit, there was a protest in front of a Planned Parenthood. So we did a counter-protest where we poured milk on women to represent forced motherhood and fetal idolatry, which is we respect the fetus more than we respect human beings, which is completely against everything we believe in, and we think that is wrong. We think that every person's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone, and that is representative in our reproductive rights campaigns, mostly right now in Missouri. But that was one of the protests, the counter-protests we did. Up in the top right there, that's Lucian Greaves. He's our co-founder and national spokesperson. He's leading up what's known as the Gray Faction, and this is a protest against the ISSTD, which is an organization that convinces people that they were satanically, ritually abused, and they just don't remember it. So we're going to bring up those memories and say, this is what happened. This is your psychological problem. The Satanist abused you. And it's obviously bullshit. It's been complete bullshit for 20 years in the psychology department, but they still have these so-called expert witnesses that will testify to that. And what ended up happening is a woman murdered her own child because she was convinced by these people that he was possessed by Satan. So we are protesting that and saying, these people are obviously crazy and full of shit, and they're the ones harming children, not the Satanists. And then there's Michelle pouring wine on Morgan because that was a really good time.
That's what Morgan does.
The future of Satanism is you. So here is a picture of our 8-foot-tall, 2-ton, I might be exaggerating that, I don't know how much it weighs, but it is a bronze sculpture of Baphomet, and this is the delightful representation, the symbol of anti-witch hunts that we would like to place next to the Ten Commandments in various state buildings that of course keeps getting blocked because everyone's terrified of this thing. But the idea is, what we want is plurality. We would like every religion to be represented. If there's a 10 Commandments, we want to see every religion in America represented there. And we're spearheading that campaign to show that America does actually abide by the First Amendment and religious liberty. And every time they block us, they block it for everybody. And that's how exactly we expose the hypocrisy of what religious liberty means here. So we're going to continue to fight for that. We're going to continue to ask for invocations, support women's rights, as far as reproductive rights in states that have oppressive laws as to that. And as far as symbolism that's being demonstrated in front of government buildings where they claim religious freedom, but then they won't let anyone else have theirs. So that's why we're here. Thank you for coming.
We have shirts for sale.
We have shirts for sale, $20 over there.
Woo!
We're out of men's larges. I'm sorry. And then you get there's a prints that we have from that ritual that we did from the wine pouring. We have those for $1, or they come free with a shirt.
Can you tell a story about that?
There's a great story if you guys want to hear about that when we did that. We almost all got arrested. We're in Saguaro National Park, and we all know saguaro is the national tree of the desert. So, national plant of the desert. So, the cops weren't very happy that we were hanging our flags on it, and we had to hide the open containers, the nudity. It was The guy did not know what he walked into, but he was cool. He let us go with, I don't even think he let us go with anything.
It's because nobody wants to do naked.
But my favorite part of that story is watching Michelle and Morgan standing there in their underwear talking to federal agents.
Yeah! Hail Satan!
I won't soon forget that. I'm like, well, we created a story for that guy. We are going to have a meet and greet similar to this, but we'd like it to be a sleepover. We'd like to be a big satanic slumber party in Bisbee, Arizona. Delightful Bisbee. If you've not been there, you're missing out. And we're looking to do that sometime in November. We hope you're all there. We'll have bands. There's going to be a seance. A theatrical seance.
Bang, bang!
Yeah, with Magic Kenny Bang Bang out of Tucson, Arizona. And there's going to be other stuff going on. It's going to be at the Quarry, hosted by the lovely Dina House, who's a supporter of TST. So we will keep you all posted. We're on Facebook and the other internets things.
All the internets.
And if you want to be added to our newsletter, you can just email us at Michelle R. Short at the Satanic Temple, or you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, our website, thesatanictemplearizona.com.
Fax us your email address.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So anyway, have a good time. Keep drinking. Hail Satan.